Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. Dot God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike you can see, that's where the games play. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalized mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85 inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling, the panel filled with guest stars. You now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean? We about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? What's good? Salute Knicks Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Man Cave podcast. And I am your host, S-God. And I know I've been away for a minute. It's been a little bit, but I'm back now, you know what I'm saying, ready to dive into this content tonight, this episode. And you see the thumbnail up there. Jalen Brunson is setting the league on fire. And, and all this is going on doing this, to me, is an historic MVP run campaign for this season. So, like I said, man, I can be more thrilled, as a Knicks fan right now. Like I said, it's like we finally getting our just due, what I'm saying? Knicks fans been struggling for a while to get a superstar, a star player, what I'm saying? I know we've been chasing stars and, all-star, superstar type guys to bring them here, and it's been unsuccessful, The last one's like Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, what I'm saying? But other than that, the Knicks have failed, like, what I'm saying? They failed, time and time again. They kept being left at the altar, as people would say, left at the altar when it comes to free agents signing here or don't want to sign here. Everybody say they want to come to New York. They want to play in New York, what I'm saying? But then as soon as you become a free agent, nobody comes, what I'm saying? It's like everybody want to duck. They duck that media pressure and all that stuff, what I'm saying? But like I said, this guy, Jalen Brunson, like I said, I was kind of apprehensive of Jalen Brunson last year, in free agency when, we wanted who we wanted to come to New York, like with Jalen Brunson or DeJounte Murray, what I'm saying, in a trade or something like that. Me, I was on the side of bringing DeJounte Murray because I felt like he was like a up and coming as a young superstar point guard, from the San Antonio Spurs, what I'm saying, a walking triple double guy, averaged like 20 points, like 9 assists, 8 rebounds or something like that. And so I'm like, yo, we could use that guy, say that's the type of guy that we need. We can use that guy. What I'm saying? Jalen Brunson, he was a backup in Dallas, what I'm saying? So, I was kind of apprehensive because I didn't know if he could run a team, what I'm saying, as a lead guard, what I'm saying? So, I was more for the DeJounte Murray. But like I said, since he's been here, man, I have been more than thrilled with Jalen Brunson, like what he's meant to the Knicks, what he's done for the Knicks so far. And I'm going to say this, like I said, any Knicks fans or content creator who said like they knew that Jalen Brunson was going to be this good, this fast, or this, what I'm saying, this great of a player, is basically lying, and that's cap. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody knew that. Yeah, do we know Jalen Brunson? He's a good player. He is a good player. So it wasn't one of those where we thought he was going to be like this superstar player or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, he has more than surprised me and stuff like that. He opened my eyes and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm looking at this guy. I remember when we signed him to that contract, and I'm like, man, $25 million a season, man, for a guy who reserved from the Mavericks. I was like, man, that's too much money, man. We overpaid for this guy. Now, fast forward to today, like 2 years later, and hey, we underpay this guy. It turned out it's an underpay. Now his contract is looking like the best contract in the NBA right now. You got guys making $40, $50 million and ain't doing what Jalen Brunson has done for the Knicks. And like I said, I mean, we got this guy on a cheap deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, All I know is like, yo, when this contract come up, yo, pay that man his money, bro. He gonna get a max contract. Pay that brother. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you look at Jalen Brunson, what he's done. Even last year when he came to the Knicks, man, I mean, he just raised our level of play and intensity up, and put people on notice. Because like I said, we got in the playoffs, and the first round of the playoffs, we played against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and hey, Jalen Brunson did his thing against Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, took him out. You know what I'm saying? Took those guys out. Jalen Brunson averaged like 24 points a game in that first series. And then in the second series against Miami, he upped it up even more. You know what I'm saying? He averaged like 31 points, playing on like one leg. Even though the Knicks lost the series, but from that series alone and the one before against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoff, he put the league and people on notice that, Jalen Brunson is a player in this league, and this guy's well on his way to being a star player in this league. And he also elevated the Knicks as like, people like, thinking like we were, I ain't gonna say a joke, but we wasn't relevant like that. But now it's like, because of him adding to what we already had, it's like now we are relevant. And, and people even saying right now is like, title, we're a piece away from being a title contender. But for right now, yeah, we're one of the top contenders in the East, man. It's like, we started the season out, and I'm thinking like, yeah, we might be a 5th seed or a 6th seed or something like that. But the way the Knicks been playing this season, we are 32-17 on the season, 15 games over 500. That's the first time the Knicks been 15 games over 500 in over a decade. So that's a huge accomplishment. And on top of that, we've won 9 in a row, 9 games in a row without Mitchell Robinson. And we've been missing Julius Randle and OG Anunoby for the last 2 or 3 games. So the Knicks have been playing with a makeshift lineup, for the last like couple of games and stuff like that. So imagine when we get fully healthy, that we really going to do some more damage. But like I said, since we made the trade with OG Anunoby on the Knicks, I think the Knicks have went 15-2 or 16-2 since that trade. And it's like, man, that's like, it just catapulted us, man, into a different stratosphere. And I'm not going to be mad about it. Like I said, I mean, I was totally surprised. Like I said, I knew he was going to be a good team. But at the rate we're going right now, I mean, you look at it. I mean, we third in the East right now. We are third in the East right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's good, D?
Chilling,
man. And telling them about this Jalen Brunson thing, man. I'm just like, yo. And, before you came on, I was just saying like how last year, during free agency, I was kind of apprehensive when we was about to sign Jalen Brunson. And I was saying like, because I was a DeJounte Murray, I wanted DeJounte Murray in a trade from the Spurs because I felt like DeJounte Murray he was already a leading point guard for the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? He was a young superstar, up and coming superstar. You know what I'm saying? Walking triple-double, averaging 20 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's a guy we can use. And, with Jalen Brunson, coming from the Mavs, he was like a reserve, like he was a backup. You know what I'm saying? And he was playing second fiddle to Luka Doncic and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to, carry that burden in New York, you know what I'm saying, to be a leading point guard and stuff like that coming from a backup. But like I said, since he's been here, man, he has been a godsend for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I said like earlier, I said like what he has done last season and this season, I mean, has been anything short of phenomenal. And any Knicks fans, content creator, media could say like they saw this coming. I was like, yo, that's straight. They straight line. Nobody saw this coming with the type of player that he's been in New York, the impact player that he's been. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's a good player, but I know he was this great of a player. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like every day, every game, he's changing like our thoughts and our opinions. You know what I'm saying? It's like when this guy's on the court, it's like, yo, we could beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, that's a game I have more confidence in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you look at like me and you was talking like the other day about the games with missing like, all the starters and stuff like that. And we won those games where I didn't think we were going to win the game. I thought we were going to be competitive, but I was like, yeah, we probably don't have in this game. But yo, man, because of Jalen Brunson, you know what I'm saying, and the other guys stepping up, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, yo, this guy has changed the narrative around the Knicks now. The Knicks are a relevant team now, you know what I'm saying? And people are not, like putting the Knicks like a joke anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, they really got to see us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, nobody saw nothing. You're right. Nobody saw this type of a player and the guy that we received. I think the playoffs really tipped the scales for him when Luca was out. I mean, because I mean, stuff that he was doing in that playoff series was, I think at the time it didn't it told the tale that he could be a dog at that time.
Hmm.
For what he's doing now, I mean, it's just he took it a step further than that playoff series. Um, I think when he came to the Knicks, I think the Knicks overpaid, like of course, because there was other players you could pay that type of money to, but I think they got what what it is they paid for at this time. I mean, he's a dog. He's a dude that has been just digging out or just scratching the surfaces of pulling whatever he could pull out of himself just to win games. I mean, I think this dude is really the all-star he became this year, and I'm glad he made it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been like, I'm just like trying to like pull up his stats from last year and stuff like that, man. It's like, yo, I'm just like, yo, I was looking at stuff. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like I said, you looking, I'm about to show right now. Like you look at his stats from like when he was with Dallas. I mean, you can see it up there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
came 16 and like yo started at 9.3 points a game. Then he went to 8.2, 12.6, and then 16.3 his last season in Dallas. So it was like
Hmm.
every season his stats have went up. He's improved, and that was a backup. His highest was 16.3 points. Then, like I said, he come to New York. Last year, he averaged 24 points a game. He upped that big time. And then, like I said, in the first round last year against the Cavs, he averaged 24 points. And then in the second round series against the Heat, he bumped it up to 31 points a game. And like I said, me and you watched
Mm.
like saying he had some 40-point games playing on one leg. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, one, but yeah,
One leg
on a bad
carrying
wheel.
like, and I mean, and then that series, like I said, from that series, I think that series last year, it put the league on notice. You know what I'm saying? Like that casual fan, the average fan, the NBA media, everybody's like, oh, this guy's a player. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knicks are relevant because I even had my coworkers who was Heat fans is like, yo, that Brunson, he's special. He's something else, bro. It's like, yo, we ain't got nothing for that dude. He's
Listen,
something else because they look at it as like, yo, he playing on one leg. You know what I'm saying? And
after that Heat series, he definitely to me. I mean, like I said, after year one in itself, I think they picked up the point guard they needed.
right,
Like you said, when he came to the Knicks, you only looked at what pieces the Knicks had to make a go at anything. Yeah, I mean, Randall we knew was there. The
right.
rest of the pieces kind of fit the bill, and so, you know, him playing as well as he's playing. I mean, what we had around him
Quick,
was
wait,
just working.
quick. He adjusted real quick to us last year too. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take really no time for him to adjust.
Right, right.
And then you look at this season, like this season, I mean, he went from 24 last year. Now he's averaging 27 points a game this season. You know what I'm saying? 27 points a game. And we were talking about it. I'm just like, yo, this dude is this dude is crazy, man. In his last, the Knicks have won 9 in a row. And in the last 9 games, this dude is averaging like 32 points a game and stuff like that, man, on this 9-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? 9-game win streak is like, our record is 32-17. We're 15 games over 500. This is the first time we have been 15 games over 500 in 10
This is
years.
retarded.
10
This
years.
is retarded. And listen, this is like a Cinderella kind of season right now.
I mean, it's like I said in the thumbnail, like this is a historic MVP run campaign because, and if you look at it,
Mm.
what he's doing right now, this dude is like in the MVP conversation, and people can say like they don't want to say it, or the people they got to say it, bro, because you look at it, it's like, yo, I know Luca is having a little bit of a season, but it ain't like what your boy Jalen Brunson is doing. You know what I'm saying? And where Jalen Brunson is playing, he's playing in the biggest media market right now. You know what I'm saying? He's on center stage. You know what I'm saying? He's under the most the spotlight, the most pressure. You know what I'm saying? And this dude ain't even cracking. The dude is not even cracking, bro. I mean, the dude is just like, yeah, okay, so what? You know what I'm saying? He just goes by his business, man. And just like how me and you was talking, like you look at these games that he's playing, it's like, yo, people can't stop him. I don't care who you put on him. A point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, a power forward. The dude he's in his bags. You know what I'm saying? He's in his bag, like they say. I
Listen,
mean,
he
nobody
got
can.
everybody. He got all those dudes in a tailspin.
yeah, I look at this dude and I'm just like, yo, I didn't know he was this. Listen, I know I watched him at Villanova. I know I watched him with the Mavericks, but like I said, I mean, I didn't think he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched some of the games, but I didn't think he was gonna be like, like this, you know what I'm saying? I watched him at Villanova and I mean he was good. But what he's like I said, and is a testament, is a testament to him for working on his game because he got so much better. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can see the work that he's put in the off season and things like that, and it's paying off. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, he might not be the most athletic, the most skilled, the most what you call it, but he got the most heart, and that's what matters in professional sports. It's like heart, determination, and work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Well,
everything's paying off for this guy.
it's like anything. You work at your craft, and I mean, what do you? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, he's working, like you said, he's working at his craft. He's, you know what I mean. He's changed every year. So I mean, he's just evolved every year from this point from this point on. So you know, to me, all praise is due to what he's doing for himself. You know what I mean? The hard work. I mean, you know, like I said, I think it's with Randall going down,
Right.
it definitely is putting a putting a star or a halo around him to let you know that he's here for real. I mean, I'm hoping that Randall could come back and just, you know, fit right in and continue to run.
Keep doing what he's doing.
Um, and like I said, OG, even last night with OG being down, I'm thinking, wow, you know, that's if the Knicks go down, you know, that's, you know, what can we do? We shorthanded, but yo, that dude willed that game. I mean, punched in the face. I mean, it's like it's crazy. It's just watching somebody just say, "Yo, I'm gonna put this on my back and I'm gonna carry you guys."
I mean,
And he
just
definitely did.
like how we used to say in the past when we used to watch games, we was like, oh boy, the Knicks done lost. The third quarter come. It's
Of
like
course, of
towards the third quarter,
letdowns.
fourth quarter, and the Knicks could be up by 20-some points. It don't even matter. We
Yeah,
always say, like, here come the third quarter or the fourth quarter coming. It's too early. But like it's too early. And sure enough, it's like you go to the bathroom, you come back, and a 20-point lead is down to a 4-point game. You're like, yo,
for
what's going on?
sure.
What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Silly shit. And like I said, for you know, like I said, I mean, to cut down on mistakes is that late in the game, being fatigued and you know coming up short on shots. I mean, listen, all of that could play factors, but like I said, you know, if everybody took on his work ethic on the team, yo,
Mhm.
sky's the limit.
Yeah, man.
Sky's the limit.
I mean, I was on some other shows like this morning, like this podcast, so I've been like my other boys and stuff like that. And they was talking about how far you think the Knicks go. Some people saying Eastern Conference Finals and stuff like that. Because if you really look at it, like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, those are teams that, what I'm saying, the Knicks could, they should be able to beat now because like I said, we already, with Philadelphia, what I'm saying, that was that one game, but we did blow them out, you know what I'm saying? So we put them on notice, you know what I'm saying? And then
I got
Milwaukee.
no phone calls that week. I
What?
mean,
Dudes ain't see the game. There wasn't a game played.
yo, they act like that shit didn't even air on TV. I said, yo, son,
Yo, you said I know
did
you
y'all
watched.
see the game? What do you mean? What game? I'm
You
like,
said I know
stop
you
playing with
watching it,
me.
bro. And then, like I
Stop.
said, Milwaukee, like right now, Milwaukee, what I'm saying, to me, they kind of disjointed right now because, like I said, with the other guy, their defense was like so out of whack. Now you got Doc Rivers, who might want to be a more defensive coach, but then that might take away from their continent. You know what I'm saying? What they do. See, that's what I'm saying. So they going into what can I say during the season? Into a lot. I ain't say a turmoil, but a flux. They going into a little flux. Like they got to see what their identity is. See what I'm saying?
Who? What, Milwaukee? Yeah, they better figure something out. I mean, if they not scoring like Indiana to try to put up points, then yo, they're
Okay.
gonna be in a heap of trouble.
And then you look at Boston, what I'm saying? Boston was like, I think they was 20-0 at home this season, but now they done lost like 3 of their last 4 at home and stuff like that. And you was watching the game against the Lakers yesterday. Last night they
Yeah,
lost.
yeah. I was like, what is going on there?
They was a
But you know,
15.
like I said, somebody was telling me about the Houston or Detroit's. I mean, like, yo, they're gonna have their good nights on good shooting nights. I mean, come on. Dude, I thought the Knicks was gonna lose to the Nets with Mikal Bridges couldn't miss a shot in the first half of the game.
Right, and then you look at, like I said, yesterday game, the Celtics was a 15-point favorite because LeBron and AD was out, and
Hmm.
they ended up losing the game by like what 9 points or something like that. Is like it just happens to be like one of those nights, man. Where
Yeah.
like, hey, man. But yeah, looking at that game, like I said, so those are like our like top three, what you call it, competitors, like Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia. Like I said, I feel good against Philadelphia. I feel good against. I kind of feel we haven't played Milwaukee yet, but I feel good against Milwaukee. And I mean, Boston is a team, but I think the Knicks do good against Boston. So I mean, right there, like I said, that gap ain't like the way it used to be, like a year, 2, 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think that gap has closed.
Right.
So because of with
Well, we
Brunson,
played Milwaukee. I think
we
I
haven't
don't know
played
if
them
we
since
played Milwaukee. Did we play? I don't think.
we haven't played them since we got
Uh,
OG and
that's.
Anunoby.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we
the
have.
only team we played has been Philadelphia. That's it. We haven't played Boston yet either. So those are the games that I want to see when we play those two teams and see how we're going to match up with them. Which like I said, we should match up with them good because Boston, we had some success with them last year too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might beat us here and there, but now you got like Tatum and Brown. Now you got Anunoby who could probably like slow them down to a, what I'm saying, and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And then with the KP thing and all that
Right.
type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like. But then, like I said, you look in this one, it's like other guys been stepping up in this team, like you say, Hartenstein and Precious Achua, man, they stepped up big last night again. They had 35 rebounds between both of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? They had 16 offensive rebounds, 35 points. And when you get those type of rebounds and offensive rebounds, those are second chance points. You know what I'm saying? That's one less possession for the other team. So, that all helps, what I'm saying, to slow teams down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, they definitely came through yesterday. I mean, um, the rebounding, the block shots. Um, yo, they. Listen, every piece or one of the five players or all of the five players have to play a part in a game to make it work. You know what I mean? Is whether it's rebounding, whether it's defending, whatever. When everybody's playing a part to that help the team win, it just shows that at the end. You know what I mean? And especially to me, when you got like a pressure, Julia, where you don't know what he's capable of doing, and like I said, he's out there working hard. That's all I can ask for, and that's what we got yesterday, and that's why the score wound up being what it was at the end, and with that win.
So, like I
So
said, as far as like Brunson, like how you feel like with Brunson this season, like I said, to me, like I said, he's setting the league on fire. Like I said, every night you watch this guy, man, it's like a 20 or 30-point piece, at least a 30-point piece, man. It's like this guy's doing it like almost like I ain't say effortlessly, but it's like by the time you look up, dude got 26, 32 points, 35 points. Like I said, it's like doesn't miss a beat. I don't care if he get hurt in the game or whatever, what I'm saying, get smacked in the face. You know what I'm saying? The dude is there. It's like, it's almost like a dude that you could count on. And like I said, with me, me, I'm more of a a playoff type dude compared to the regular season. But like I said, that dude showed me a lot in the playoffs. He already showed me like, with the Mavs, when he played with the Mavs and how he went up against Donovan
mhm,
Mitchell and all that stuff, in that series without Luka. You know what I'm saying? That opened up a lot of people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? The way he let the Mavs.
right,
I'm like, this dude ain't afraid of moment. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he was in the lead person. Like Luke was a lead person. So I was like, how you gonna be in New York? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, this dude come in, man. It's like, he
hmm,
done already took over the team. Like I said, I have more trust in him than like any of the other players. Like I said, because I know it's like, if we need something, hey man, I was like, we got Jalen Brunson. If he's in that game, I'm like, he gonna make something happen. He gonna try to do something. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be a liability. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and
right,
make shots. He take good shots. That's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize. He take good shots. He don't take a lot of poor shots. You don't see him taking bad shots. You're like, man, come on, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? All his shots he take is high percentage shots. You know what I'm saying? And he gets fouls. You know what I'm saying? He sometimes he don't get the call, but you see when he takes it in there, he gets fouled. But he takes good shots, and that's another thing. That's one of his best traits is like he takes good high percentage shots, and that's all you can ask for. You know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody else who's just chucking up shots, or you could look at the TV like, oh, this dude's about. I don't want him to shoot this thing. He about to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about that with Brunson. He gonna take a good
nah,
shot.
not at all. Not at
So
all. No, he's in it to win it, and I'm like I said, he plays under control, and that's the major thing that I would hope he can hopefully pass on to Randall, Because sometimes to me, that's when Randall, when the game starts slipping or fouls is not going his way, he's out of control. And
Hmm.
I hope down the stretch he can show Randall to maintain that type of pressure. Because to me, Randall is like I said, is having a good season. I just hope he plays more in control, under control, where he can help the Knicks win instead of out of control. Hopefully this time he's looking at the game and seeing where he can improve himself. You know what I mean, to make things better. Because I know you yourself is holding him accountable for his playoff
That's all I
debacles
care
and shit. So I'm hoping I'm hoping he's trying to pull it together. Yo, listen, I'd rather them both try to get in it together because I know we need
hands on deck.
every player, every piece to this team, every player to this team to really put forth the effort to make something good of this season to
And
see
if you
where
look
it go.
And if you really look at, like I said, like with all the injuries that's happening, it's good for us because now we're getting guys who are really contributing, like Hartenstein. Now look at him, like they said, like he's like coming
True,
alive.
true.
So Mitchell Robinson come back. Now you can alternate either one. You know, say if Mitchell goes to the bench or come back to slowly bring him back. You got two guys that you could count on now. You know what I'm saying? Like Hartenstein's like you ain't got to worry about him. Like he come in because with Hartenstein's like he getting them rebounds too now. He's blocking shots and he's getting assists. You know what I'm saying? So it really helps. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention. Like the good thing is, at last year during that playoff, the only thing I really didn't like is that Tibbs he was running them 40. You know what I mean? He was burning them out.
Minutes, playing a lot of minutes
Yeah,
without.
you dig what I'm saying? So hopefully, even if Mitchell do get an opportunity to come back, if not, you know what I mean? If they split the minutes, at least it has stretched them out a little bit. You know what I mean? And like,
And you can do that now. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you trust Hartenstein one too. So it's like you
for
can say
sure, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, Hearthstone, he's going to give you a more of something offensively if you need him to get little bunnies near the basket and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
Mitchell's a little better rolling to the basket with alley oops, with his
Well,
bounce and everything. You know what I mean? But defensively, come on, Mitchell, you can't you
which I
can't do
also
without that dude on defense.
right.
You know what I mean? So like I'm hoping that uh if he comes back, you know what I mean, he comes back a little healthy where he can provide that same effort on defense because that definitely his rebounding is what it is as well, but the defense on blocking shots, intimidating dudes coming down the lane, yo, can't beat that.
Yeah, and that's
Can't
what,
beat that.
and like I said, I mean, with us, it's like a good thing the All-Star break is coming up in about a week, so that'll give guys some times off because the All-Star break is like they give players a week off. The guys who ain't at the game. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
that'll help even more because that re-energize you. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that break. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't play like about 30 for like 50 games already. Because back in the day, the All-Star game was at the halfway
Mm.
point, 41 games. Now it's like almost like it's 49 games, like 50 games.
Yeah, it's a little
Right,
little
it's
past
a 2 game
half, yeah.
schedule. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like they play
Right,
more than half. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
right,
just
right.
like, we gonna need that stuff, man. But like I said, the thing with Brunson, like I said, man, hey, if I said I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't say he was a bad player. I just said like, man, we're gonna get this guy this money. He's like, I don't know if he could do this, and that dude done proved us right. And I'm gonna tell you like this, like I said, I mean, before you came on, I was like, yo, when that man contract come up, you better pay that man a max contract. He getting a max deal. He's getting a max.
Listen, hey,
A
yo,
max.
everybody's getting a max deal. I mean, he's an all-star now. You might as well give him a max deal, I guess.
But what I'm saying is, for what he's done and what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? You can see it in the dude. The dude's like, yo, you know how before he came, you didn't think he was a max player, though. You know what I'm saying? You be like, I ain't going to get that dude that type.
Nah,
But now the way he's playing, like I said, the way he's playing, and you can see it is like, yo, this dude's for real. Ain't like this dude is just like, yo, if we pay him the money, he ain't gonna, show up and he ain't gonna do. I don't get that
right.
vibe. You see what I'm saying? Because this dude is in the gym. This is his life. You know what I'm saying? Because I know. I mean, if we talk about it, I know he don't. I mean, he don't hurt her. Like everybody doubting him. Everybody been down him ever since he been playing. You know what I'm saying? And they keep down him. And that was what I was gonna say. I was gonna play this other thing about with the Candace Parker. You know what I'm saying? What she said about about Jalen Brunson. I'll play it real quick and stuff like that.
Brunson in the playoffs with the Mavs, and he was number 2, number 3, came in, played minutes, supplemented Luka handling the ball. But as a number 1 option last year in the playoffs, great first round, second round, not so much. So I'm in agreement with her. I do think that also we're talking about offensively, but defensively as well. If we look at what the Warriors had to do with Steph Curry in their runs, defensively, they had to have other top defenders up. We've seen Jalen Brunson in the playoffs with the Mavs.
But what I was saying with her is like, yo, you know, she lied talking about, you know, you caught that part where she said he had a good first round series against Cleveland and not so good against Miami, which, bro, he had a good series against Cleveland. He had 24 points a game. And then against Miami, he averaged 31. So it's like she was on her homework or she was trying to lie. And see, that's the narrative that the media tries to spin. Like, I mean, average person Knicks fan knows, like, wait a minute. He went off against Miami because, like I said, Miami was like, I mean, he was going with Jimmy Butler. He was going toe to toe with that dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I mean, you're talking about like he had a bad series. Now I don't know if she meant like because they lost the series, but that's what you got to say. You can't say like he had a not so against because yo, that dude was like everything against Miami. You know what I'm saying? Miami couldn't stop that dude. You know what I'm saying? On one leg, they couldn't.
Yeah,
stop
I don't know what series she was watching with that. I mean, like I said, I don't like the way the Knicks overall played in that series, but because they could have beat Miami to me.
Yeah. But the two things that really hurt the Knicks in that series against Miami was, well, one was the zone defense that Miami put on the Knicks. That the Knicks wasn't making shots, but the other thing was rebounding. They got out rebounded in that series. They was not getting rebounds, and that's what gave Miami a lot of second chance points and guard penetration. Guys was getting in there, but the rebounding was like one of our biggest things. Is like, I mean, you was that one series against Miami where they had like 6 offensive rebounds in a row, and I'm like, God damn, it's like where everybody at? You know, the ball kept going back out. It kept going back out. They kept getting the ball. I'm like, bro, you got to.
Yeah, but I thought Miami definitely outshot us in that series too, because everybody, it seemed like from Kyle Lowry to, I mean, everybody was knocking down threes, like they just was in the gym shooting, threes all day.
Right, but like I said, the main thing was the rebound, and we lost a lot of games because of rebound, and we couldn't get rebounds. We just
but that was just long rebounds off their 3-point shots.
But what I'm saying is, even as long rebounds, that's what I said. The guards, you know what I'm saying? The guards are out. That's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? But if the Knicks would have got them rebounds, that series would have been much closer, and the Knicks could have won that series, like I said. But now this time around, like I said, you know, you saw how when we played Miami this time around, and they didn't really play a zone. I don't think they played a zone, but you saw like, yo, we beat them by like 20-something points or 30-something points.
Yeah, they got different players now, dude. I mean, that's what I said. It's you know what I mean? It's good. It's like a good redemption to what it was last year. But you know, when like you said to me before, like when the playoffs roll around, everybody play different. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? It's like beating Boston. We taking 2 games in a regular season on Boston, maybe blowing them out even, and then we get in the playoff run, and you know what I mean. We were like, yo, we should have this because we blew them out 2 times. Nah, playoffs, everybody play different.
Right, and the thing about it, like during the regular season, is a little bit different because the regular season you see a team 1 game or something like that, and they can be the player that can have injuries at the time. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. But in the playoffs, it's a series where it's not just 1 game. Now it's like a best of 5, a best of 7.
Correct.
So, and that's the thing, and that's what and the way the Knicks are playing right now, like I said, I love it. But like I said, I need to see this in the playoff. Like I see, like how they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Brunson is going to be there. I want to see how Randall. I want to see how Anunoby. I mean, because you know he's a good defensive player, but I want to see how they when pressure is on, and you know in the playoffs where teams are playing like giving 110%. Now it's like everybody's like the real pressure gets on you. It's like how are you going to react, or are they going to lock these guys down? Who can create shots for themselves and who can make shots? You see what I'm saying? Because you know,
no, for sure.
Happens in the playoff. In the regular season, you have all these like willy-nilly type defense, vanilla defense, so people get all these open looks and do what they want to do. But in the playoff, the game kind of slows down, and then it forces you almost to a half-court game. It's like, what can you do in a half-court game sometimes? You know what I'm saying? So we want to see how these guys are going to perform. Like I said, we know what Mr. Brunson going to do. Like I said, there's these other guys. Like I said, DiVincenzo been shooting the lights out. So like I said, I hope he continues that, you know, in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because like I said, as long as he shoot with confidence, hey, bro, That's all I care about. Shoot like they shoot your shot. Shoot the way you've been shooting. Don't be hesitating. Don't be second guessing yourself.
Listen, that's what's gonna happen. Our expectations is gonna be real high. But listen, as of now, like I said, they're playing good ball. It's like
Playing great ball right now.
I'd rather, you know what I mean. I'd rather the Knicks be more be a up tempo team, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because when we start relying on the three, I think that's where our issue will come into play to be, a not so good team if we rely on that. So I just hope their defense really sticks to what it is, and we get more turnovers and fast breaks off of that, the steals or whatever.
Yeah, I'm about to play Becky Hammond stuff. What she said about Jalen Brunson not being that 1A player and all that stuff. I'm like, yo,
she had something to say too.
I'm about to play it right now. Here it goes right here.
It's small. You're not winning. John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash. You could go down the list. Steph Curry is the only.
But he's not that small. He's not that small. He's like 6'3".
But also, though, I mean, he's the greatest shooter to ever walk the planet. He's in an outlier class.
Okay.
She is right. History says she is right.
Okay, but we're living in a new age. Okay, new day. And here's the thing.
This is coming from the big man.
When we think about Jalen Brunson, we got to ask ourselves, what tier do we put him in, right? Because every single time I see him get between those lines and it's time for him to match up against other superstars across the floor, he give them that work and he stand on business. Not do the results come out the win when it comes down to the Knicks overall. But hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. I watched them go in the Phoenix a couple weeks and hand them 50. I watched them come down. Right after that, I watched them bounce back, come to LA and give them a solid 29. When we watched that series last year, Jalen Brunson against the Miami Heat before they were eliminated, he was going back and forth with Jimmy Butler. I saw a couple of 35-plus point nights. So my thing is, I know he's not the typical, eye candy.
Is he the person that's going to win you a championship as 1A?
This is what I'm saying. All I know is that the last time Luka Doncic had success in the postseason and went to a conference finals, it was paired up alongside Jalen Brunson. What I'm telling,
but that's the thing. It was Luka and Jalen.
It was a combo because Jalen had his moments in there as well.
I think that's all that Becky is asking for. Is a
as somebody who used to drop buckets as a small person,
that's what I was trying to remind you of, Becky.
As a person that used to get some buckets. I'm saying this as a small person. This is a game that the big and bold and it favors that God-given thing. And I love Jalen Brunson. But you're going to put him on the level of a 1A. You're putting him with Giannis,
KD,
Steph.
Tatum.
I'll tell you what level are we putting Donovan Mitchell at? What level do we put Devin Booker at?
Well, and how is Donovan Mitchell won in the biggest moments?
What you mean? What biggest moments? What biggest moments?
Well,
what biggest moments has Donovan Mitchell? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How far, what's the furthest Donovan Mitchell ever advanced in the postseason?
I believe the second round.
Okay. Jalen Brunson went to a Western Conference Finals. Jalen Brunson went to the Knicks, beat Donovan Mitchell when he played the Cavs last season, and then came back and lost to the Heat, who went on to knock off not only Giannis before they met up with the Knicks, they went to knock down the Boston Celtics. But Jalen Brunson did his thing. R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle was not.
So are you saying that he's a one in the NBA?
All I'm saying is we got to stop looking at him and saying he doesn't fit the criteria of actually being a 1A. I understand. I understand he has a whack.
77 years of basketball in the NBA.
I understand.
And it's not a knock. It's not a knock on Brunson. It's just the way things are currently constructed.
Okay, if you swap the two, since everybody said, "Oh, the Knicks need a superstar. The Knicks need this." If Dame was in Jalen Brunson's shoes, would the Knicks be better? No. If Donovan Mitchell was in Jalen Brunson's shoes, would the Knicks be better? Hell no. So why are we in that caliber?
But are we?
Yo, yo, classic points. Yo, you can't.
And then like I said, then you look at the thing with Brunson is like, she talking about like he's can the Knicks win with him? He's not a 1A player, but like I said, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is where they be lying that people don't really see, because if you really look at it, if you get good guard play, you're gonna win a championship. The big man is good, but they're not gonna win your championship. Like if you have bad guards and no guard play, you're not gonna win, because you gotta get somebody, gotta get you the ball. They gotta, they gotta feed you, they gotta run a team and all that type of stuff. And you look at college basketball, Final Four, all that stuff, guard play is always guard play to get these teams. If you have the best backcourts, you're gonna go far. You got guys that can shoot, penetrate, do all this type of stuff, guard play. And that's all I'm saying when they say like, Donovan, we're saying Jalen Brunson ain't gonna win you a championship because he's a small player. And that's bogus, man. I just think it is what it is. It's like it's a different day and time and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's like, because if Brunson putting in that work, if he putting up 40 points here, I'm like, yo, he gonna win a lot of games. You putting up 40 points, you see him? You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're gonna score like by 10 points or 13 points, yeah, you're not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But if you put up a 40 spot, yeah, you're gonna win a lot of games.
Well, the numbers speak for itself. I don't see. The thing is, even with Becky questioning whether he's a 1A or not, it's just that he's putting up numbers. So basically, what Kunji was trying to point out to is, against even the better players, he was matching them at their best. You know what I mean? So if Jimmy, you know what I mean, like if that's the part that I don't even understand what people like. Listen, AI was superb. You know what I mean? John Stockton, superb. You know what I mean? But they needed a little more than just Stockton and Malone, or Iverson needed more, another compliment to help him win. You can't take a 6-foot point guard and think he can carry the team. That's the difference with Julius having Randall on a team, or the defense behind him, or there's got to be things that help match. Like he said, when he was in Dallas with Luka,
right?
You know what I mean? They needed probably one more piece too to help them win.
Oh, but and what he did say in that Dallas series, like them females on there was second about like, but it was Luka. Luka missed the first round of that playoff. He was hurt.
He was hurt, exactly.
Because Jalen the one who beat Utah to advance, and then that's when Luka came back. You know what I'm saying? Luka in that first round series because he was hurt. So if the Mavericks didn't win that first round series, the season was over for them. So I don't know what she's like. Well,
they was in the tank, right? If he didn't help pull the squad up to put them where they was, there would have been no. You wouldn't even have seen Luka in that series.
Everybody know Luka can score and things like that. But what Jalen did, like I said last year, he pulled. I was like, yo, because when that first round, I was like, oh yeah, I think the Jazz gonna win that series and all that type of stuff. But when he started performing, I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, yo, he's like, yo, do you see what Jalen's doing over there? You know, in that series, it's like he was beating them by himself, man. It was like, yo, they had no answer for that dude, man. And I was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's like that dude came to play, man. It's like, yo, if he gonna come up with like the big moments in the playoffs, that's a player though. You know what I'm saying? That's a player. You know what I'm saying? And then and then you look at that, what he did, with Dallas, what he did with New York last year. It wasn't like a fluke. So and going into this season, that's going to be like 3 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Because when the playoff come, if he's healthy, which you know what I'm saying, hopefully he is. Hopefully he ain't like hurt or nothing. But if he's healthy, bro, you're going to depend on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 3 years in a row. It's like, yo, this dude, this ain't a fluke. It ain't like he did it in Dallas and
that's the right. So that's my point. What I'm saying. Hopefully Tibbs don't run him too hard. Yeah, so that he'll be around. And like I said, with Deuce stepping up a little bit, we got to give him some burn. If whoever he could relieve, I'm
gonna say like this: if we got a big lead in a game or something like that, don't bring him back in the game. Just let him sit out.
No.
But if you're trying to bring him back in the fourth, like, bro, don't do that, man. Now, if the game is started getting out of, that's fun. But if the game is still like 20, 15, 18 points, just let the Knicks finish it out and give the dude some rest. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that dude for the playoff push. because towards the end of the season, if the Knicks are already locked up or what you call it, sit them down. You can sit these guys down or just play them a little bit sparingly. Don't play them a whole 40-something minutes in a game, bro, to like, to no avail. You know what I'm saying? Because we need them for the playoffs.
It's useless. Useless. You're just burning them out.
And it's kind of crazy, like I said, like how we used to talk like this when we used to watch Knicks game as some long-time suffering Knicks fans. We just be like, yo, I don't even know. It's like, yo, who we playing? We playing what's called? We playing Kobe tonight. We playing this person. It's like, yo, our team is like really nobody. It's just like, because no stars was coming. Nobody wanted to come. Nobody wanted to come. You know what I'm saying? And now, you see this thing on thing with Stephen A. talking about LeBron. He said the Knicks should make a push for LeBron again, even though his agent came out and said like he don't want to be traded. But my whole thing is like, man, I like LeBron also, but yo, bro, when you had a chance to come, you didn't want to come. You could stay right where you at, bro. He's like, yo, you didn't come when, you know what I'm saying, back then and all type of stuff. It's like, I don't want you now. You're 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? But you still a great player. You still one of the greatest players, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, yo, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, and just like one of the guys on the podcast says, like, I don't want really nobody coming over here and taking the credit from like Brunson and Randall and these other guys, what they're doing. If they win a championship, I don't want these other guys to get the credit. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to help them. Let these guys already suffered. Hey, let them suffer and and reap the benefits. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody saying like, oh, now I want to go to the Knicks and all this type of stuff. You wasn't saying that stuff like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, so you wasn't saying that.
Yo, you don't want these backdoor wagoners to jump on it.
Bro.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Stay over there, bro. It's like, hey,
what is wrong with you, dude? Come on. Like, listen, anything. Listen, anything and everything helps. You know what I mean?
No, listen, I get that. I get that. But listen, I mean that's my opinion. But guess what? I don't. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it anyway. I ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying with me, just like you had a chance to come. You should have came. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't want to be the man in the spot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, now we got something cooking, got something going. Now it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody who did didn't know, was like for never say no to New York's like, I'm good with that, you know what I'm saying? But people like LeBron and them is like, hey man, just stay over there, do what you gotta do, man, retire. If your son gets drafted, let me say about it, Knicks and all stuff, it's like you want to come, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, it's like I can't stop it. But what I'm saying is just like like I said, hey, we got a good thing going. Let's just keep it going and see what happens and stuff like that. And I'm gonna play some like Brunson, the game against the Pacers and stuff like that, which is like the last, I think it's like the last 3 minutes of game, just to show how this dude is just like, yo, man, this dude like regardless he got hit, but he don't even fucking care, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, I'm just gonna do this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like right here. Like you look at this, and this, you remember this when he got hit in the face and all that type of stuff. The ref ain't saying nothing. He's just standing over there and stuff like that.
You know, it could have been a turning point in the game right there, though.
Right, and you look at that thing, and you just like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this is crazy, man. It's like they had to come over there, take him, and you know what I'm saying? Because he got poked in the eye or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And look at this, last 2 minutes left to go in the game. And that's a tight game. You know what I'm saying? That's a tight game. It ain't like we got like an 8-point lead or a 6-point lead. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a 1-point game. Really was a 3-point game because they let him beat him up and take the ball. You know what I'm saying? He said right there. I mean, he even says like, yo, where's the ball at? You can see it's like that dude ain't like flopping or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He got hit in the face. Right there when he put his arm on, he got hit in the face right there. You know what I'm saying?
He basically got punched in the eye with an open hand.
He got bludgeoned.
Like, yo, I mean, without a doubt, like I said, I have no idea where the ref whistle was at that point. I mean, he might have dropped it or some shit.
It wasn't in his mouth. Because he wasn't blowing.
I don't know.
He was not blowing that thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you can see the guy's eye. He had a little welt after that. It ain't like he made this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if like he had nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then he comes right back on this thing. Yo, this way he's like, you know, you're right. Look at like, yo, this dude's been like I
I'm
said,
telling you.
and these are the calls. Like I said, he gets these calls, but sometimes it's like, yo, he done got whacked around sometimes, and he gets no calls. Like, how is that not a call? Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you that game had me hyped after watching it. I'm telling you, there was no way as a Knicks fan I was no more pleased to watch a good pull-out win like that and to see the true warrior in this dude. You know, as a fan watching that, yo, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I know, yo, and I'm telling you like this is
You know
like,
what I
yo,
mean? That makes anything and everything possible watching something like that.
you know the thing with Knicks lane, like, yo, people who's at the game talking about, yo, these games are like now playoff atmosphere type now. You know what I'm saying? With the way the Knicks playing at the Garden now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure.
it's like play at, and people like this, they be like, yo, I never heard the Garden rock like this and that, like this is like, yo, and then now I forgot who said it after the game. It was like, I don't know, it was like Charles and them. They was talking about after the game. They was like, yo, they ain't never see like nobody. Oh, like Kenny Smith. He said like after the game, 19,000 people still at the end of the game to chant MVP for Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like just leaving. You know what I'm saying? Guys right after the game is then they chant MVP and stuff like that. Nobody leaving and stuff like that.
So it's one of those things where you be like, yo, how is Dolan making money? How he was just going about things, but at this point, I see where he's making money because nights like that, just to fill up the seats.
No, but he's always been making money because even when the Knicks was terrible and losing, they always had a sellout. Even though you might not see people at the game, they still buying the tickets. So as long as the tickets are bought, that's you know what I'm saying. And the concession.
Well, that's like the stars come out because that's a night out for them. You know what I mean? They local, so to jump on a train to go to a game, you know, put you right there at the Garden or whatever, your car service pull you up right front door or whatever. But yo, listen, at this point. Now.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, it's like, hey, man. I mean, with Brunson in there now, he got the Garden.
These dudes is definitely having a definitely a good season off of it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the team, sometimes, like I said, we could look at the team and say, like, yo, I mean, it's almost like now even if we like fall behind, it's like I don't even be like worried about it no more. I'm just like, yo, because we're gonna make a run. Somebody gonna hit some threes. DiVincenzo gonna hit a three. Somebody gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in the past where you be like, oh boy, we don't go on in a drought. We ain't gonna score for the next 6-7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We can't even score the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's like now it's like, nah, we just scoring at will. You know, at different times. You know, somebody's pushing the ball, somebody's making a steal, somebody's doing something. It's like other team, and the only thing I'll be thinking about is like, well, us is our bench unit, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the starters are straight, but it's like, you know how they stagger Randall or you know these guys because of the bench is kind of weak right now. It's like, so what do you think as far as like the Knicks would need like somebody off the bench or something like that, or you know to help the second unit or something like it? Because they ain't gonna make a splash play for a trade right now. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna need somebody because when that playoff run comes. You know, when Brunson is on the bench or something like that, you need somebody that can really run the team and help the team, though. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, I know when McBride is good and all stuff, but as far as running the team, you know. So, I mean, the trade deadline is Thursday. Thursday's the trade deadline. So, you know, and you know, other
the bottom line is if we're looking for a piece at this moment to really come in and solidify that type of situation for us. Listen, that's a shot in the dark to me right now. You know what I mean? You gotta work internally for what you have. If Deuce can come in and be aggressive, play his defense, yo, hopefully he in the lab like Brunson working on a little teardrop or whatever once he get in that lane. Yo, it only takes a little bit to make things work. And like I said, if we looking for like that, you know what I mean, that diamond in the rough, that's like saying, okay, if John Wall is out there, he's a big guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's bring a John Wall in. You don't think he's trying to resurrect his career?
Yeah. But like I said, then you know other people are saying that what's called if he gets bought out by Kyle Lowry, I was like, Kyle Lowry was like, yeah, I was like, but to me, it looked like he ran out of gas or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, who knows? But I mean, he said, like, do you feel confident? Like, say, if, like, let's say Brunson is not there, would you feel more confident with McBride running the team or Kyle Lowry or, you know, somebody else? You know, do you trust Deuce? Like I say, I mean, this is the regular season, but in the playoffs, let's say something happened in the playoffs, because, you know, in the playoffs, foul trouble, things happen, and you'd be like, oh, man, he's going to be down for a second. Minute. It's like, can this other person really pick up the pace for us and do it?
Well, this is what I'll tell you off of that. First off, you'll get one thing you'll get out of Kyle Lowry from the refs. You'll get the respect of the calls, right? And if Kyle Lowry is going to shoot like he did on us from last year and bring that type shooting this year, I'll definitely take him over Deuce.
Yeah,
I just think he's a bigger guard that can't be bullied.
And
in the post,
and he has that playoff experience, and he's one of those
exactly
heavy trying to get fouls or stealing the ball, and also
correct.
He used to do that against us a lot, and I'm just like
he has overall more experience, more this more of everything other than the youth that Deuce has. And like I said, if Deuce brings that type of energy with his youth of some. And his again, bring the dog out of him. Yeah, of course you could tip the scale his way because he's already on our squad. But if you telling me if it was a make or break type situation, I would go with Kyle because Kyle's going to give you 110%.
Because I'm more for that because, like I said, if you get him on a buyout, hell yeah. I mean, it's low risk. You know what I'm saying? Very low risk compared to like
exactly. What are you losing?
Right.
But but to me, the Knicks got way too many guards on the squad as it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Between Devin Chino and Hart, and you know, we got the same size players. To me, we need some more stretch. We need like a 6'9", like an Obi, like you know what I mean? Somebody
like stretching out, like you know what I'm saying. But we got Chua, you know what I'm saying. He's 6'6".
Yes, who's playing very good. But if you want consistency, like I said, I don't know. I mean,
or do you think or do you think they need another like a wing small forward like an Anunoby, like a 6'7" dude like that, like you know, like a Mikal Bridges like type player, like you know what I'm saying, not Mikal Bridges, but somebody like that, you know what I'm saying, a wing player or something like that, or
I think what you're looking at is like if Brunson goes down, who do we have as a backup? Because Quickly's not there, right? So Quickly was our backup, which was our backup point guard, which again was a reliable thing.
It'll be McBride because DiVincenzo's not a point guard. Josh Hart is not a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Those
correct.
Those guys
so you couldn't put the ball in their hand and think the offense is going to move. Hart to me, everything he passes is a jump pass, which is going to get us in trouble.
Listen, I already know when he's on the fast break, I'm like, dude, give the ball up.
He's another one like Randall. Like, yo, stop dribbling for a moment, just stop,
bro,
and just pass the ball to somebody that can really make something happen. So, you know.
I don't see that dude run a fast break, come to the free throw line, jump up and turn around and throw the pass to somebody behind to the 3 points. Like, what are you?
Exactly. Nuts. This some nut. Just like, dude, stop. Like this is not your little league. You know what I mean? Your CYO intramural game. Like, come on, don't give up the ball.
I think a Lowry thing would be good, and then I heard the other thing about like a Bruce Brown. We already got Josh Hart. I don't need another.
Nah, that's what I said. That Bruce Brown shit, they should just retire that thought. Because Bruce Brown is already what we got on the squad.
And then when he talk about the Knicks, when he talk about trades like that, they keep talking about Grimes, Fournier, and draft picks. I was like, for Bruce Brown? I mean, come on, bro. I'm not trying to do all
retarded.
That.
Retarded. It's like, the only reason why they selling it like that is because Bruce Brown is he's a champion, and I got it. But what? That's it. I mean, but he's a champion coming off the bench. Like, stop. He's
But
not like
what I'm saying is, you already got players on the team that can do the same thing that he could do. You know what I'm
correct.
saying? I could see if we didn't have that on that team at all. But if we already got that, it's almost redundant. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's like,
right.
And then if you bring him, then it's like he's gonna eat into hoop playing time, and it's like it's just gonna be like it's working right now. Just let it work the way it is and stuff like that. Like I said, the only thing that we would need is a point guard because, like I said, Deuce is cool, but like you said, you see Deuce ain't ready for that stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't ready to really lead a team like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. I mean,
no, he's not. He's not.
But when you get to the play, and I think one thing I'm gonna say, when you get to the playoff, the way the Knicks are right now, I think they want somebody more experienced because they don't have time to wait for these young kids to like kind of like do something. It's like they trying to do it now. You see what I'm saying? So they rather have like Kyle Lowry to do it in the playoffs than Deuce to you know what I'm saying. They rather have somebody like a Kyle Lowry, like okay, at least you know what I'm saying, somebody like that compared to Deuce because it's like they don't want to be like, man, we lost this playoff series because we didn't have a backup. You know what I'm saying? It's like. And I think that's what it is. It's like, hey, we trying to make this thing. We trying to go as far as we can, so we don't want to miss a step. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, hey, man, it's like
that would be a solid pickup. I mean, come on, Taj right now is doing. He's just taking up a roster spot. Come on, dude. I mean, what is he on there like he's
a mentor,
the extended coach or something for the squad? Like, come on.
He's a mentor for Precious Achiuwa right now.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Tell him how he used to play, and I got it. I mean, tell him to be aggressive. I got it. I mean, outside of that, I mean, we picked up Taj Gibson again to be an extra cheerleader. I got it, but no. I like Taj. Taj played ball, but I just think if we trying to really pick up people or situations.
I really don't mind Taj because even you got a 15-man roster anyway. The other guys ain't gonna play anyway. So if he could be one of the guys that could really help prepare these guys, tell them what to do, train, you know what I'm saying, like that. So you need that though, a veteran, like you know what I'm saying, like give him the ins and outs and stuff like that. To help Precious Achiuwa, people like that. I'm good with that. But you know what I'm saying, and he's not playing, you know what I'm saying, because the other guys are younger and they can do the work, you know what I'm saying. But you still got the roster spots that you can tinker with because if they do make a trade, so like they're gonna get like a 2-for-1, like they're gonna trade 2 players and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, open up some more spots, you know what I'm saying. But it's like I said with me, I think the only thing, like I said, they just need that point guard, that backup point guard come in the second year that really can, you know what I'm saying, like push the pace, do some things and stuff like that. And if it's Kyle Lowry, then that's fine, you know what I'm saying. But if it's not Lowry, then it's gonna be who, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, but I got another scenario for you then. So you think it would be worth the Knicks to give up maybe Grimes, Fournier, and a couple of picks to pick up Dejounte Murray to bring him to the squad? Would that help?
No, but a trade like that, then that would be like a blockbuster deal. You know what I'm saying? That would be like a blockbuster deal. So yeah, I mean, if that's what they think it will help, yeah. But I think if they wanted to do Dejounte Murray, they could have already done that deal. You know what I'm saying? Because they was only asking for quickly in the first round pick, and at the time the Knicks didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And
really? That's all Atlanta wanted?
Wanted at the time.
Get the fuck. Really?
And they said, but what happened was the Knicks traded quickly to Toronto because the Knicks' original plan was to get OG Anunoby and Dejounte Murray, but the Hawks wanted they wanted quickly in a first round pick, and the Knicks used quickly in that deal with Toronto. Now the Hawks do like Quentin Grimes too, so Grimes would be another one that they would take too. So if you give them Grimes and 2 first-round picks, they'll make the deal. The Hawks just want 2 first-round picks. The Knicks have the picks; they could give it to them if they want to. So it's just the Knicks is the one that's just holding back with Dejounte Murray. If they really want him, they could have get him. I mean, the Knicks got the assets to get him. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So, but it's up to the Knicks. But it's something that the Knicks.
Yeah, but do you think that would be a solid pickup for the Knicks to have without worrying about a backup point guard because he could play? He could more than likely come in and play the point.
Yeah. But then sometimes it goes to show like you know what I'm saying. But the thing about it is then with Dejounte Murray is like he's a ball dominant guard. He needs the ball in his hands too. So you know what I'm saying. So that's gonna be if he's gonna be a starter or he's gonna come off the bench. You know what I'm saying because he's more like a starter. So that's another thing too.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you could start him with Brunson, but then split the minutes by letting either Dejounte go out first or Brunson go out first. However you situate it.
How you stagger them, right?
Yeah. It's just how you work them in the next lineup
I think
to make that work. But to me, like I said to you, I didn't know how well that will work, like you said, because if he don't shoot well, then he's taking minutes from Devin Chino in that lineup. You know what I mean? So, it's
But
just how he works in that lineup to be, do he need to be like in the post? Or do he need to catch the ball in certain spots to be effective? Because outside of that, then you got Randall holding the ball on some occasions. Like how does it all fit in with everybody when you're trying to, you know what I mean? That's because you got to think that was the biggest thing with OG was like, how is it going to work with him? Because if he comes in, like he's standing around while like waiting. And I guess the good thing, like I said to you,
because he don't demand the ball, and so that works with him.
You're right, but Murray's going to be different. He's going to want to touch the ball.
Right.
But he will have his time because I guess if he comes in that second lineup, he will control the ball.
But I think the thing with Murray and whoever the point guard that they really want is because they saw in that series last year, that first time, like Brunson got worn down because he was the basic ball handler and there was nobody else really handling the ball. So he was getting worn down scoring and they was defending him too. So they want another guard that can really handle the ball so that way it won't run Brunson down in the playoffs.
Right.
So that's the whole thing with Murray or whoever this other point guard is to alleviate some some ball handling duties from Brunson, because you know what I'm saying, because they be hounding him, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, sometimes now they sending
double teams.
They sending double teams, but they're telling the dude to pick him up full court, and then once he crosses over half court, then they're sending a double team. So of course, you know what I mean. You working through the pressure coming up, and then you're working on the pressure once you try to dig half court. The biggest thing, like I said, was trying to say to you, like if those players around them work the system, then you working on the backcourt, you know what I mean, like a full, you got the odds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if he passed out of that double team, it's a layup somewhere.
You're right.
You dig what I'm saying? That's what I said. Like you just got to have complementary players to make everything be effective as well too.
And the thing with Murray, like I said, Murray would add to the Knicks defensive because he's a good defensive point guard. That's another thing. Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the dude's a triple-double when he wants to, you know what I'm saying? Like assist, rebound, so he gets some things, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's up to the Knicks what they're going to do. But the one thing with Murray is this, like, because he's a Clutch Sports, that's Rich Paul. He don't like doing business with the Knicks too much, so that's another thing that's like
okay.
Because Rich Paul, he has Murray, he has Zach LaVine, with the Bulls, and I forgot.
I thought he had Mitchell Robinson too.
He had Mitchell Robinson at one time, but then Mitchell left him because it was something that was going on. But Mitchell was with him before and he left him and stuff like that. But yeah, he had Zach LaVine because they told about Zach LaVine camp. They want no parts of the Knicks. And also I was like, I don't care about Zach LaVine because Zach LaVine don't do nothing for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? He's a good player, but I mean, he has his own team in Chicago. He ain't doing too much with them over there. So why would I want him?
But that's like saying the same thing about Murray. I wonder what happened to Atlanta when he got there. I thought that was supposed to be the next and up and coming run of a mill. What happened to that squad?
Yeah, it looked like it's not working out with him in a trade in the backcourt like this. I don't know what's going on because and it's kind of funny because I live here and stuff like that, but I hardly watch their games. You know what I'm saying, to see what's going on with him and Capella and all them types of stuff. Because that was a big I know when they made that trade though, that was the big thinking. Like with Murray to give to relieve ball handling pressures from Trae Young because
correct and Trae could run around and come off screens and he pick them up off the screen for easy buckets. That's what I said. Like that's why I was trying to mix and match that with the Knicks. If it's not working there, how the hell is he gonna work here?
But that's different because it's working here with the Knicks. With the Knicks is a different team that's constructed with different players and a different concept. That's why I say it's different. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta.
I hear that.
No, because Atlanta. I don't know, bro. I don't know what them dudes run, bro. I mean, their games be like in a 130s. So it's like there's no defense being played over there, even though they got
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they run in here in Atlanta and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, here, if he comes here, it'll be different. The structure will be different and stuff like that. I think he'll be good here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think the Knicks gonna make the deal. Like I said, you know, unless it's like a 3 or 4 team involved and Rich Paul, you know what I'm saying? They trade him somehow, you know what I'm saying? But if we get him, you know what I'm saying? But if not, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, a dude that I would like if the Knicks could get him is Tyus Jones from the Wizards. I think he would be a good, like a second, off the bench, because I remember when he was with Memphis, you know, they used him a lot when John Morant was out, and they didn't really skip that beat like that too much, you know what I'm saying, as far as him running the team. Now, he ain't going to score like what's name, but you know, since he's been in the league, he's the number one assist to turnover ratio point guard. Is like 6 or 7 to 1. Like, you know, that's his assistant. He's been doing that. He's been leading the NBA for the last 3-4 seasons with that. He really turns the ball over, though. That's his thing. So he really finds guys and stuff like that. He can run that second unit for the Knicks and, you know, give ball pressure. And like I said, he's not a point guard that's going to need, you know what I'm saying, like the ball in his hand to be a scoring point guard, because he really likes to try to set people up and find people. That's his thing, you know what I'm saying? So that'll be good, because, you know, I know.
So my thing is, what about Flynn? Why aren't we giving Flynn more of an opportunity to see what he has?
But see, that's what I'm saying. I want to see what Flynn is going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, why he's on the team. You know what I'm saying? Because they hardly play him. So I wonder what's going on, you know, with the Tibbs thing against like Tibbs. Bro, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess they want to get Deuce his shot too, but it's like, hey, Malachi Flynn is right here. You can use him, see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's right there in your backyard. Let's see what he can do too. Because if he comes alive, then you got your backup point guard. You know what I'm saying? You got your backup point guard.
Yeah, so but that's what I'm saying. But so that's what I'm saying. We got 2 guards between Deuce, because like I said, Deuce is showing you flashes of what he can do, and he's knocking down shots.
Deuce is only knocking down shots. He's not showing you that he could run a team, and that's what they're looking for, though. You know what I'm saying? He can knock down the shots, but that's the thing is I want to see him now, like, to run a team, because you can see when he has the ball in his hands, and you can see, like, as far as the penetrating and looking for people or something like that,
right.
You can see, like, he stops. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking for Randall just to hand the ball off the rim. It's like, I want to see if he could, like, break him down and then get in the lane and cause havoc and then throw the balls to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, assist a guy, you know what I'm saying? I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because when Deuce handled the ball, it's almost like, I ain't going to say like Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? You look at him like, come on, what you going to do? What you going to do? He's not bad as Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? But
nah, he's not that bad. He just like I said, he's still trying to. The biggest thing is he's still trying to figure. Yeah, he's trying to figure shit out. And then the only part I dislike with him is like, right, when Randall's in the game, Randall would try to hog the ball from him, which he shouldn't. He should still let the point guard run the situation, and he just fills in when he can, whatever they call him. But that's the only thing is he tries to hog the ball more when Brunson's out. But again, we're talking about, you know, whether or not he can hold down the fort, and the biggest thing is you gotta see what he has. And you know, right now, down the stretch they played Brunson and Deuce down that stretch. That's what I was saying to you last night. It was like, yo, they waited a little bit to bring Devachino back in, but I don't know if it was. I think it was because Deuce pressure on the ball was was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could do that. That's what I say. He could be defensive. But see, and that's another thing with Deuce. Deuce is one of those guards like the DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. Like, if he has a point guard that can really control the tempo, and then he's just there to play defense, he's really good in that spot. You know what I'm saying? But as far as him running the team and playing the defense, and it's like I said, he's a young player. It's a little bit too much for him right now because he hasn't played that much. And that's the thing. This is his first time he's really been playing, because last season he played spot duties. You know what I'm saying? It was just spot work. He said this season since the trade, he finally getting a chance to play. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like this is like his rookie season. You see what I'm saying? Because now he's playing a little bit more, getting more comfortable. But like I said, he's getting more comfortable now. But now it's getting towards the end of the season where it's coming to the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's the only thing.
So you telling me you don't think Deuce is he's still not ready?
I don't think he's ready right now. But like I said, hey, but listen, but hey, it's 30 something games left. So I mean, he got some little time.
You listen, you got Deuce is still not ready, huh? So reluctantly you want the Knicks if they cut him, you want the Knicks to pick up Kyle Lowry then.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah. For insurance, like I said, you need that. Like I said, because the playoff is a different animal, man.
Yo, Ash, you can't just say for insurance because they're gonna play him.
No. I know that, but what I'm saying is insurance for the playoff because, like I said, you get in that playoff, man. That stuff is a different beast, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like the calls. You don't get calls. Deuce ain't gonna get the calls. Like Lowry gonna get the calls.
Right.
And I ain't gonna say like Lowry's gonna like turn into this what you call, but I'm just saying like Lowry got that savvy vet thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the biggest thing is if you bring a Kyle Lowry to the Knicks, then it's gonna steal those minutes from Deuce. You know that, right?
Of course. But
okay. I'm just.
But listen, but you always have to say, just like you told me, right? We quickly see that when that playoff season, when he wasn't really ready or up for it, right? It's like the Knicks sometimes they can't take that chance. It's like, because if we let Deuce give him this thing and he can't take that, he don't take that chance. Like I'd rather go to a guy who's experienced, who's been there before under the big pressure moments in the playoffs that you can you feel better with. That's the thing, because guess what? If you turn the ball over to Deuce and then he flops in the playoff, you'd be like, God damn, man, we was right there. It was like, we just had that backup something, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying is it's like, hey, and don't get me wrong, I mean, because they can bring Lowry and then Deuce could really go off, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're not even seeing what Deuce has in a tank if we trying to bring in Kyle Lowry, because if you bring Kyle Lowry, the Deuce is his what we're trying to see out of him is not going to be anything, because Kyle Lowry is going to take those minutes for sure.
But I mean, they in the practices. So what is, like you said, Malachi Flynn? What is he doing? What is he not doing in the practice? It's like, because I would think, I mean, he's a point guard, so I would think that he should be like, I could seize this moment. If I start doing some stuff in practice, I could seize this moment because Precious Achiuwa is playing. He just got here from a trade. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like somebody's what I'm saying. I know that spot ain't really crowded though. You know what I'm saying? Like the backcourt is crowded. You see what I'm saying? Like the minutes for the back.
Look, keep in mind we have to play Precious because OG was out, Randall's out. Who else?
Injuries, right? And that's
who else is there? He has to get those minutes.
But like I said, then you look at this like Grimes ain't played the last couple of games, so it's like, you thought Malachi Flynn would get more minutes, but McBride would get minutes, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, so we'll see. Like I said, man, we'll see. Like I said, man, but the thing with, like I said, with Brunson's run, like I said, man, that's what I'm going to ask you, like, how do you feel with Brunson? Like I said, as far as like, and I forgot to even say, congratulate Brunson on his All-Star selection. You know what I'm saying?
Told you for sure.
His first time All-Star. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for the guy. You know what I'm saying? He made the All-Star team. He should have made it like last year. You know what I'm saying? But you know how that goes. So this is going to be the first of many though. So I mean, he already got it this year. He's going to be back again. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great thing for him. Like I said,
for sure.
The dude is in the biggest media market. He's leading the Knicks. I mean, right now, like I said in my thing, is like is a historic MVP run campaign. And that's another thing with the MVP. Do you think he should be in the MVP conversation, or is he already in that MVP conversation? You know what I'm saying? Because it's usually like Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? But now with the NBA rules, I think something with Embiid is like he might not even qualify for the MVP if he missed a certain amount of games, because they changed that thing now. They changed it, and he's going to be out for a minute because I think he got a torn meniscus now. Embiid the other night.
Yeah, and Shaq was talking about, because they were saying that it's kind of upsetting that they have this particular number in the fold where you don't play a certain amount of games, it takes you out of the fold of that particular awards and stuff like and so forth on. And Shaq was saying that that was an injury, not that was done to him. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like it happened or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, the number is 67. I think it's 67.
I believe. Listen. Yeah, Brunson, it should be within the run-ins of the MVP race as well. I mean, depending on how it all plays out. I mean, listen.
I mean, but you got to look at it like
playing dynamite ball.
But look where we at, bro. We the third seed right now, and we only half game behind Milwaukee, so we could be actually the second seed in the whole thing. It's like, that in itself is like, he leading the charts or second. We could be second or first, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if you finish in the top 3, I think it's like, yo, that's an amazing accomplishment, you know, especially for the Knicks, because we ain't never been like one of those top 3, top 2 seeds or something like that in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So it tells you like what this guy's doing. And you look at our record, man. We 15 games over 500, man. You know, by this time we always like, you know, like 500 or under 500 at this time. You know what I'm saying? By the playoff time, and also it's like, yo, but now it's like, yo, from the last 2-3 weeks, we one of the top teams in the whole NBA now. It ain't just the East now. It's like one of the top teams in the NBA now. You know what I'm saying? We relevant like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the bottom line of it is they're in the race, and that's strange for the Knicks. Like I said, that's leading the way and all of that. Like, come on, is our point guard? That's what I said. Kendrick Perkins was not lying in what he was saying about the dude.
He's always back.
He's dynamic Yo, listen, the dude is definitely got us where we are. The trade, I was kind of like, yo, we're giving up our young pieces, dudes that was, yeah.
Right. But see that trade shifted the Knicks' focus, because like first they traded Obi, then they traded RJ Barrett and quickly. So the Knicks like, look, we done with the young guys. We getting like guys like proven, not I say proven, but they like, yo, we ain't got time to play around no more. We doing this. You know what I'm saying? We moving this direction now. We trying to win. You know what I'm saying? We trying to advance and be, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, me personally, like I said, just like you, I mean, I didn't like the way the trade went down and also because like, yo, those are guys that we drafted. You know what I'm saying? These guys were soldiers. I wanted them to to cherish in these moments, like the Knicks are getting better and stuff like that, because they was here when the Knicks were bad. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, yo, when the Knicks are getting good, it's like they shipped off. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
It's like you take them out here, now you trade them to Toronto, and then they going back to another rebuild situation. You'd be like, damn, they gotta start all over. But you know what I'm saying? The trade worked out great for us. You know, when OG and Anunoby, I like it. OG, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, I just want to see in the playoffs, like when we play these the wing guys, it's like if he could slow them down, yeah, you're not gonna shut these guys down because they're superstars. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Giannis, whoever he plays, something like that, you're only gonna slow them down. Like that's all I want, just to slow them down, not for these guys to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't gonna put too much pressure on him, like I said, because he's. Do I look at him? I look at him for the defensive part, not so much the offense. The offense, he gives the offense, that's great. He could do that, that's great. I'm just looking at him just like getting steals, deflections, and slowing guys down. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm looking at him on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude was a second team all NBA defensive player, I think a year ago, 2 years ago. And we ain't had that in a long, long time, man. But somebody wrap this thing up, man. You got any last words to say on this thing, man? We'll wrap this thing up.
Yo, tell these Knicks fans, more to come. Yo, we're looking good. I hope the season keeps playing out the way they playing now. Listen, I'm looking forward to these dudes to be in the playoffs, and I'm hoping that going into this playoff this season, if Randall comes back, he's going to prove to you that he's ready to bowl in this playoff series.
So how far you think these guys can go in the playoffs? So how far do you think they could go?
Listen, I think we could beat most of the top teams. The way we've been playing, I think we could be there. I think we could take it to the Eastern Conference Final and just take it to 7 games.
Yo,
why not? You know what I mean? Like,
why not us?
Why? If the gods work in our favor, anything is possible right now.
I mean, just like you said, them other teams, like I said, they ain't saying that stuff no more. When they be like, "Oh, it's just the Knicks," that's an easy one. They ain't saying that stuff no more. Guys gotta be like, "Yo, we getting our butts whipped and we getting bullied by the Knicks." You know what I'm saying? These guys are bringing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like then you look at the Villanova guys. The Villanova guys have done this turnaround. You know what I'm saying? With Hart, DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson. They've even added even more. You know what I'm saying? So them guys out there is like, I mean, it's a small backcourt, but it's like, hey, but them guys out there, they doing work. Some guys one guy that's stealing the ball, playing some defense, other guys hitting 3-point shots, other guy penetrating, doing some things. It's all working, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as they out there, that's all I care about, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, being a Knicks fan is great to be a Knicks fan right now. You know what I'm saying? because you know we've been suffering from a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like our other boy was saying, Ron Reck always, you know, be teasing me from young, right? He said, "You still like the Knicks?" He said, "Them dudes is like, yo, them dudes is they disappoint you all the time, man. It's like they're gonna keep disappointing." It's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna still stick with them boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Knicks fan through and through. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the tough times. It's like, hey, I'm ready for the good times now. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing going. Shock the NBA, man.
I'm saying, I talked to dude last night. He said he said surprisingly, he said Brunson is bowling. I said, look, he's just gonna keep doing what he's doing for the Knicks right now. I mean, everything is unfolding. That's showing everybody he's the all-star, the superstar that he's trying to turn himself into be. So, yo, listen, Knicks fans, yo,
let's enjoy this.
Buckle up, because yo, these dudes might do something that might surprise us this year. Let's see what happens.
He said it's cool, man. But thanks for coming through, boy. Like always, and support, man. It's like this. Hey, yo, this is another episode of the Man-Cave podcast. You know what I'm saying? If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button, share it, and also hit that notification bell so you know what time I'm coming on, man. Till next time, salute Knicks Nation, man. It's been real. Like I said, Brunson MVP season. Let's get it. The playoffs, like the Eastern Conference Finals, are bust. Let's get this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
For sure, you're right.
And like from one Knicks fan to another, man. Peace out, man. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalized, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tuned in the show called The-Man-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rushing, please. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S-God T.O.D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly,